Alright, so Kilgore is out today. I'm finally home from work. So we're gonna see kind of a little in-depth what I feel about him, everything like that. I already picked up his shadow skin because I like having shadow skins. Um, I've been playing with him in Shadow Lords for a while, so I know a few of his setups and all that stuff, his ins and outs of his abilities and all that. So kind of just gonna go through my likes and my dislikes about him. I mean, aesthetically, yeah, he looks a little bit like Fulgore, but his accessories are badass. They're all awesome. Haven't unlocked them all yet, only level 25, but working on that in the process. So, we got old against new going on here. But anyway, first off, he has a normal shadow meter, which is understandable. I know some people in the forums have said, well, he should have a meter like Fulgore. Well, Kilgore runs off a combustion engine, so having a reactor gauge would not make sense because these two robots are powered by different means. Like, I'm using exhaust propulsion when I'm dashing as Kilgore, and if you dash as Fulgore, it's jet propulsion, which are two completely different things. So, well, it might be just plasma energy propulsion too, who knows, it might not even be fuel in Fulgore, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about this bot. So, to get things off, we'll just start with normals. His lights are the exact same as Fulgore's. His mediums, however, are both different. His medium kick, I don't really like it. Your light kick actually goes further. Like, that'll hit from there. But I guess medium kick is a good far distance, but it's not like this medium is way better. You're gonna use this one for pressure a lot more. His heavy buttons, you don't really have a heavy punch that's good for anything close range except if you're walking forward. But if you're walking forward and you hit with it, it staggers, which is nice. Otherwise, his heavy kick is basically a carbon copy of Fulgore's medium kick, so using that is about the same. As far as his air normals, most of them are pretty much the same as Fulgore's, except his jump medium kick. I don't even know if that actually crosses up, as this is the first time I've actually had him in training with hitboxes. So, oh, his light kick is his cross up. Okay, he does actually have a cross up. Well, that's good to know. I was beginning to think that he didn't have a jumping cross up, so that's good to know that he does. But it's just awkward that it's light kick. So let's get him off blocking here. But anyway, well, that's good to know. So let's go into his specials. Like, his specials are all really good. I like them. They do cool stuff. They cover a lot of distance. But the thing is, like, yes, he has very, very good zoning and stuff like that. But his recovery times are rather high on most of his stuff. So, and his other one, I like that. It shoots full screen, and it's a good way to cover some distance if you want to get in. So you could do that if they're blocking, cover some ground. And, let's see, his rockets, they are very good, but they have a long recovery time, even though you can aim them. So, I mean, if someone's willing to sit full screen from you, shoot some rockets, boom, cover the air, aim down, and then when they jump, or shoot something like this, you can keep the ground covered pretty well if they're willing to stay far away from you. So, but it just depends on what your opponent's willing to do. But anyway, and then his barrel roll, that one's also, it's a cool ability. It's basically like Agnos's roll, just much faster. You can do a lot of weird things with it. You can get out of the corner with it, and you can set up one of the dirtiest cross-ups in the game with it. Like, just to get the spacing, 2 light kicks, and a medium punch, and then, oops, well I must have messed up my inputs there, but do a standing medium punch, cancel into the roll. It's pretty hard to tell what side you're going to land on. Like, it's from perfect spacing, it's always a cross-up usually, but like, look at this, like, you don't even know. You don't even know sometimes. Like, some of these look like they're gonna cross up, but then they don't. can even do the same thing with his shadow and fake a cross up almost. It's kind of crazy. Like this. Like, yeah, look at that. That's ridiculous. I've only messed around with that a little bit, but. Oh, fake cross up. Look at that. That's dirty as heck. Alright, so we got those specials. I like all of his specials. They all work pretty well for him. Recovery time on his rockets, I think, is a bit much, but I understand that it's also a very good projectile, so it makes sense that it's like that. But I think the ones that you have to aim should recover a little bit faster, since they, you know, I mean, I think its startups is about exactly the same as his non-one. No, his startup's much longer. Just the regular one's pretty good, but the one that you can aim, if you choose not to aim it, it's still too long of a startup, I think. But I understand it's meant to be full screen. And then his up one is the same thing. But yeah, I was like, I can have the same recovery time moving it just a hair as I would doing anything else. So, but without more match experience, it's hard to say right now. But the one thing that I do have issues with his specials is this on the ground. You can't combo off it at all unless your spin speed on your guns is actually high enough. So look at, I still can't combo off it. There you go. See, when you're on your second to last stage, then you could finally combo off it. And I'm using a light here. We'll even crouch and do it this time. Can't combo off it at all. That's my one complaint with it. Yeah, you gotta be at your second to last stage right there, then you can combo off it. So when your guns are first starting to turn orange. Oh, maybe that's something too. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you have skins on his guns, that's another thing to notice. I can't see that my blades are lit up, so that I know what my spin speed is at. They're not glowing orange. So that's another thing that should probably be looked at. Because right now I'm at level 3, so that should be level 4, and then now they'll start on fire. Yeah, so I couldn't even tell by at least an aesthetic, but I just kind of knew based off the amount of hits. So that's another thing that should be looked at. His accessories mask what spin level you're at, because they normally display a color, an orange glow. But yeah, that's one complaint that I have, that on OTGs you can't combo off of anything but level 4 spin. So it's got to be a 10-hit juggle, otherwise you can't combo. And that's even with lights. Well, see, no, that one didn't even make it. Yeah, even that one didn't. But when it's fully upgraded, oh, you have all time in the world. I can even juggle a medium off it. And do that, you know. That didn't even cash out. So. So that should cash out, because that should be an opener at least, I think. But even when you just do these normal, you can't even combo off them usually, unless it's, you know, the higher levels. So see, level 1 you can't, level 2 you still can't, level 3 you finally, well, you still can't. It's got to be level 4 or level 5. So, yeah, otherwise you can't combo off it. So I have a few issues with that a little bit, but as far as everything else, you can confirm from quite a long ways. If someone's jumping and you get them to land on some missiles, well, almost full screen. How did I do that before? I don't remember. Anyway, you can recapture that sometimes. I think it works better with these ones. Yeah, you can land some pretty crazy stuff. I mean, if you're willing to spend the shadow meter for it, like, this is almost a guaranteed. So but he has the same kind of option Shadow Jago does, except he doesn't actually track your location. You have to control it. So he's got that going for him. A few other things. I mean, I like most of his stuff. As far as actually playing him, I'll probably give him a go since I play most of the cast. Getting used to his instinct. I mean, basically, you don't have to manage your miniguns at all. Like, you can just go gung-ho. Like, I don't have to wind them up. They shoot full. They don't have a range depreciation, so basically all of his zoning adds the burn effect like it is right now, except all the time. So, there's that. And then one last complaint that I have is shadow moves. So if I try to link two shadow moves together for his little blade dash, I get the ender. I can't do two of them in a row under any circumstance at all. If I do a linker, then I can do another one. And I don't know why that is. It's just always, even if you do the triple punch just to make sure you get your shadows, it always does the ender if you pressed heavy. So but I can't link them together under any circumstances. It always does a linker. So yeah. So you can't do two shadows of that, but I can cancel this shadow into this one. Well, it usually lets me. I probably didn't have the meter for it, but is it really not letting me cancel any shadows now? It must have messed that up. No, it usually lets you. But yeah, so you can't chain two shadows together, so that's kind of odd considering everybody else in the cast can do that. We'll try one more time. Yeah, it's not letting me chain. I know I chained these two together before. Yeah, it's really not letting me chain two shadows together at all, so I don't know why that is. And if any of that is in the reveal that Iron Galaxy did this morning, I do apologize. I was at work. I didn't get a chance to watch that. But if any of that was covered, you know, just apologies ahead of time. So, but I have those few issues. So that his shadow moves don't combine together. His on OTG doesn't combo early. Because I mean, it's a cool trait to have, but it makes his OTG extremely limited. It's like I should be able to do something with that, considering in order for me to get them on the ground like that with a hard knockdown, I have to hit them with a sweep. And Kilgore already has very limited high-low options when he's grounded, so landing that sweep I should be rewarded somehow, or even landing a throw like this. Like, if I have no speed, like landing a throw, being ready for this, I get no follow-up. And I feel like the way his throw works, like, you can't even like combo his throw normally into anything either. So that's another complaint that I have. His throw, it's great. I like the idea that it should set up throw potential, or not throw potential, juggle potential like Jago does, or Shadow Jago, but once again, it's got to be near max or max spin speed on your guns in order for you to follow it up with anything. I mean, if it's just lights that can follow up early, I understand that. Increase the juggle times based on the spin speed so that you can actually do heavies and mix up your juggles. So it's kind of a risk reward, but at least give me a chance to juggle with something when it's at the start of a match. Because otherwise, I'm sitting here like, oh, I can't do anything. Yep, but you know, I mean, it makes me feel just a little bit helpless. And I understand it's a first go at him and stuff like that, but like I'm trying really hard. So I should be able to juggle off that one almost, but you know, this one I know I can. But I mean, I'm sure that you get what I mean by this. So it's just few little tidbits, but once you're in instinct, oh yeah, look at that, 24 hits. Oh, that's glorious. That is so great. It's 24 hits. Yeah, and he's going to be a monster in instinct just because the amount of potential damage that he can do. Let's pop that again. Because if you do land something like this, Like you can do some crazy stuff. So yeah, I mean you can have some fun. But I do like all of his options. Um, One thing that is cool, like he only shoots that far when he's standing, but when you crouch, he gets a significant chunk of extra range. Like look at that, I can hit from quite a ways away when it's charged up here, like right about there. So that's almost like full screen. What would normally be considered full screen, I can still like you can fake them out. Like oh they're safe there, they're safe. Like once you know the spacing, you can clip them. So I like that idea. He's got a little bit of mental game, but like can catch them off guard like that. So, I mean, if you have the meter to go for it, that's about Glacius range Ice Lance almost, if not further. So, I mean, he's got some crazy stuff, and if you're stuck in a corner against smaller characters, that works like that. Like, come on, did that look like that was gonna hit? Like, that's so dirty. So. Yeah, he's got the dirtiest cross up in the business as far as I'm concerned. It's just like that's so hard to react to because they have to block that and then wow, why is it doing that? But yeah, they have to block the punch and then block the cross up. So yeah, dirty, very very dirty. Like look at that. Especially if you're like combusted, that's when you'd want to do something like that. You know, in instinct. You can even set it up like that, you know, jump in, choo-choo, whatever. I don't know. You'll figure it out, but yeah. I don't know. Right there maybe? I don't know. But he's dirty. He's got some stuff going for him, but he's very underwhelming in this range, like very underwhelming. Like he walks very slow, very slow. This is probably his fastest movement tool. Is his backwards roundhouse. That's probably what you're gonna see most of him doing to get around. So it's like that or that. That's his movement. Just walking around or dashing. It's decent, but that's what I'm expecting to see for mobility from Fulgores or Kilgores. But you know. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed the video and that it was somewhat informative. And I guess to end things off, we will show off. I'm on the wrong page, aren't I? Yeah. There we go. We'll show off just a little bit here. Oh, he's blocking. Uh-oh, we can't have that. No block. Alright. Still blocking. Nope. Messing up already. Long day. Alright, so what's the next one? I messed it up. But anyway, we got some combos starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so jump in. Boom. Stagger. Oh, it's so hard to time it because you got to cancel it on the 12th shot. Oh, I gotta empty that out. All right. I don't want this to drag on too long. All right. All right, we're going for the blowout ultra. Boom! Here we go. Pow blows out. Woo! And he's flying. Oh, and yeah. If only that worked online, this would be great. And then it blows out again. Because yeah, you can have some fun in training with this. It's kind of funny. Anyway. this. Look at this. Look at that. 24 hits. Oh, oh, oh. That's ridiculous. Wow, I just found that out. That's pretty sweet. Infinite Instinct. Alright. If you actually landed that on somebody, how much does that do? We need to cash this up. Okay. If you were to land that on somebody. Alright, here we go. Oh, 48 hits. That's what we got. Alright. I just want to see. That's a lot of damage. Oh man. That's like the fastest 72 hit combo I've ever seen in my life. Wow, he can do some hits. He can do some hits. Oh. That's ridiculous. Wow. I'm having too much fun now. I'm gonna leave this in because that's ridiculous. Oh. Now I'm pressing the button too close to the ground. Oh, I messed it up. Look at that. That's 91. That's 91 hits. 91 hits. That's ridiculous. Against Aghanos, this would be so much easier to hit, too. That's ridiculous. I want to see how many hits. I want to see if I can break 100 with that. Oh, bet I can juggle with it, can I? Oh, if you can juggle with that. I bet you. I wonder if I just have to match it to get it. Oh wow, you can press a button pretty early off that one. Okay, a little bit later. Oh man. I wonder if that's even breakable, the heavy itself. Oh, that's another thing. We'll see if it does it here too. 'Cause there's sometimes where his shadow thing's not breakable. Oh, that is unbreakable. Okay, so it broke there. Sometimes in Shadow Lords it'll say 3 like 15 times before it even breaks. So that's good to know that it's breakable. Oh. I just want to land this once. Man, 115 hits in like 3 seconds. Kilgore, you got combos, don't you? Look at that. Oh, I wish you could just start it off with that too. That's tough. Ooh. Now I'm just trying weird things, but that's how you find stuff out. Well, that works. I wonder if that's an overhead. Oh, there you go. Well, I thought he had enough time to do that, but maybe not. Who knows? Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a quick combo, but who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna bring this to a close before it gets too long. I just hope the voice was working all right. But yeah, that's a few of my thoughts on Kilgore on launch day. Hopefully, some of the stuff gets tweaked and looked at. So, but anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing what other people come up with. But I'm still like just. If it gets to close range, like this is gonna be my bread and butter. Like, oh man, God, is that ever dirty? That's just. If you think Sadir's cross-ups are dirty, like if you just whiff it and you know you're at that range, that'll cross up. Otherwise, it'll just go over if you're close enough. Yeah. So if you know what you're doing with the spacing on that, you can have some fun. Just let it sit there for resets all day. Oh, why is it doing that? Yeah, oh well. Anyway, take care, guys, and I'm so glad to see this character here, and I hope that everyone is excited to pick up this guy and donate to the KI community, keep the tournament scene going, because the bigger we get this game to go, the more characters we'll get to see. Yeah, he's a $10 character, I understand that, but still, you have to think of all the other content that we've gotten for pennies on the dollar. Like skin packs for $5, yep, that's a new concept, but that's still new. But when you buy your $20, initial season launch, you get all the characters and all the content and everything. Like $10 for a character, that's really not bad. Especially considering that still, if you're new to this game and you want all the content, it's like $50 for 3 years plus of work. Like most other games, they're usually up in the $100 range if you want to buy all the stuff. So just keep supporting this game if you love it. And if you don't love it, just keep playing it, because I guarantee you, you will. There's no fighting game with more depth than this. So just invite your friends, pick up the bot. If you need help with Kilgore, that's what I'm here for. He's my boy. I will teach anybody that wants to pick up Kilgore. And just play the game, have fun. Don't let it eat you alive. Don't take it too seriously. If you want to go competitive, but you still gotta understand that it's just a game at heart. Don't let it consume you. Just have fun. So, peace out, guys, and I hope you enjoy.